It all comes down to Dimitri Karin and to Casey Keller. Martin Boddenham has got all the other players in the centre circle, other than the two now involved. It will be Dave Savage to start the penalty competition for Millwall, and Millwall lead 1-0. Did really well when he came on as a substitute, and has now done his job from the penalty spot. Calmly placed, side foot, goalkeeper going the other way. Casey Keller takes over from Dimitri Karin. And Mark Steen scored one and missed one. Last one. It's 1-1. American goalkeeper turns away, chewing. It's not a bad policy. Headed hard. Pretty straight, but with enough pace to beat the goalkeeper. He now becomes a spectator again, as Jason Vandenbroek steps up for Millwall. The NZ League team lead 2-1. Good penalties so far. Again, Karin chose the wrong way to go. Dennis Wise next. Very easy. Although, of course, it never is. Kevin Hitchcock applauding. And the goalkeepers have been spectators so far. Four taken, four scored. Now Keith Stevens. Millwall lead again, 3-2. Clive Allen among those applauding. Craig Barry places the ball. And they're making it look very simple indeed. Side foot. Reasonable power, but the goalkeeper had already gone the other way. Andy Roberts next. Barely a couple of paces back. Again, side foot, again, the goalkeeper the wrong way. And once again, Chelsea have to come from behind. Bit of pressure, extra pressure now on David Lee. Well, he wouldn't have known it. Power, successful. all square at 4-4. The last of Millwall's regular 5 penalties will be taken by Alec Ray. For Millwall. Goalkeepers really haven't had a sniff. Karim moving all over the place, well beaten. And John Spencer, of course, now has to score. And he doesn't! And Millwall go through. Casey Keller ends as the hero. The first save. And John Spencer, Chelsea's top scorer this season, is the unlucky man.
Well, a super result for Millwall. We'll have some more thoughts on the game itself in due course, but there was some crowd trouble afterwards. Barry Davis is still at the ground. He joins us live now. Barry, how serious was it?
Well, serious enough, Des, for the police to bring on the mounted police. The problem really, the Millwall supporters were in the goal, behind the goal to our right as we look, but the horses came on from the other end. There was a definite threatening behaviour from what I assume were Chelsea supporters at that end, and then the police had to form a barrier down the centre. There were faces of unacceptable aggression, those clearly intent on causing problems. There were 1 or 2 who sustained minor injuries, but the police really took control of the situation. There were stewards at this end initially. The police were at the Millwall end, but the Millwall end were contained, and with the help of the mounted police, so it was at the Chelsea end. The crowd then went out into the street, and there was a bit of a standoff by one of the pubs at the back of the ground here, but it's now quite quiet out there. I don't know whether you say it's acceptable in terms of how serious it was. Of course, it's not acceptable that people should behave in such an aggressive manner, but it should be said the police seem to have contained the worst of the problem. And 1 or 2 still making their way out. A bit of tidying to be done because 1 or 2 seats were broken and thrown onto the pitch.
Barry, thank you very much indeed. Let's move on with the Millwall manager, Mick McCarthy.
Did you actually watch all the penalty competition?
Yes, I did. Yeah, there's no point in turning away. I mean, it's going to happen. Whether I turn away, I think all this superstitious stuff is nonsense. If I turn away, it's not going to change whatever happens. So, no, I was with the boys. I was in there with them, and well, they did it for us, didn't they?
Had you practiced penalties?
Never given it a minute's thought. Honestly, I asked out there who fancied taking a penalty, and there was an awful smell came from 1 or 2 players, I have to tell you. They disappeared and turned away. And after 2 or 3 minutes, I'd only got 4. And Keith Stevens being the captain, he made the 5th up. He played a captain's part, took a good penalty.
They were all good penalties.
When they go in the net, they are all good penalties, aren't they?
There was tension out there tonight.